Now on CoastTV News.
Tent City.
We're actually helping them to move along in their journey.
A new homeless camp has popped up in Lewes right along Route 1.
Bus shortage. Ocean City's summer transit system is facing big challenges. How it could impact your next trip to the coastal town.
Hot, dry, and dangerous. The drought conditions on Delmarva continue, and so do the burn bans that go with them.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Businesses feeling the impact of this drought, how they are taking a hard hit. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with more hot, dry days on Delmarva, and it doesn't look like any end is in sight.
It's been almost a month since Delmarva was showered with just a little rain. And according to CoastTV meteorologists, we're not going to see any for at least another week. We've looked at the impact on farmers and gardeners. And today, CoastTV reporter Zakia Jennings shows us, along with that, how it's hampering one local business.
An umbrella and a fire pit. Normally, that would be a nice fall combo here along the coast, but it's a no-can-do right now with persistent dry conditions and a burn ban in place. Matt Carter owns Quest Adventures. They host a number of activities, including bonfires. So this ban is slowing down business.
It's the season of a lot of our locals trying to enjoy their time. And we've had to probably cancel about 5 to 10 fires since it's been in place.
Carter says as much as he would like to give people what they want, he understands how important the burn ban is.
I mean, it's definitely needed. It is very dry. We are in a drought. And it's kind of odd for this time of year.
Carter says his greatest concern isn't himself or his business, but those that are taking an even harder hit due to the drought.
A lot of my friends are farmers. That's the biggest concern I have about the drought.
Farmers like Sherry Long are finding ways to use their produce before it's ruined.
I am having to struggle to try to make sure that we get whatever harvested that needs to be so that we can have it for consumption.
Another week without rain has been forecasted, making life tougher on people, crops, gardens, businesses, and everyday life. Again, even as I walk closer, you can hear as I walk under my feet, it's almost crunchy. The ground is so dry, it's so brittle. You can see these leaves here, dry and brittle, and that seems to be what people across Delmarva are going to continue to deal with until we get some rain. In Milton, I'm Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
And speaking of the dry weather and the drought continuing, the Delaware State Fire Marshal still has us under a burn ban that started back on Tuesday the 15th due to the extremely dry conditions across the state. What it means is that bonfires, controlled burns, including burning leaves and yard waste, agricultural burns, and land clearing fires, those are all prohibited. For more information on this, check coasttv.com. And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know what you think concerns you the most about this drought.
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. Take a look at your screen and you can see 53% say 55% say the fire risk, 28% say the water supply, and 13% say the environment. 4% say the economic impact.
I don't know why I find it so much more pleasant when it changes live on air, but it's changing live on air. There you go. Be a part of this conversation. You can do that at coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. We'll have some updated results on Coast TV News at 11.
We're going to go ahead and take a live look right now outside into Ocean City. Absolutely gorgeous. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie and Charlie. Well, you know what? That kind of pretty comes with a high price, and that price being the drought conditions. I got something else to show you that's really kind of an interesting fact when you think about how dry we've been. But first of all, our Boardwalk Plaza camera. We dropped to 59, but notice not a cloud expected for the rest of the evening. So we're dry, obviously, and we're searching for rain. So far, as we've clocked throughout this month, we should be at about 2 3/4 of an inch of rain, approaching 3 inches. We've got zilch, nada, nothing. Then you compare that to our yearly expectation, over 5 inches. We're approaching 5.5 inches shy of where we should be for this time of the year. Then you combine that with the fact that we have bona fide drought conditions that have now become severe throughout central portions of Sussex and at the very least moderate for the rest of the county. Now, coming up, we're going to take a look at the projection of expectation of rain for the next few days, and it's looking pretty bleak there as well, Charlie.
Paul, we'll pay attention when you come back. Happening now in Dagsboro, the town council debating the hot topic of alcohol sales. The town deciding whether or not they want to adopt an ordinance, and that would change the hours when booze can be sold in restaurants or bars. According to Delaware law, alcohol is allowed to be sold between 8 a.m. and 1 a.m., but if the ordinance passes in Dagsboro, the window for sales would be shortened from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. David Elliott owns Delmarva Billiards and Sports Bar in Dagsboro. He's against this change.
From a financial perspective, if they do change the times, it's going to be a burden on everyone, not just us, every other establishment. But if they do keep it in place, and which we hope they do, it would be a relief.
And we're going to have more on this decision tonight on CoastTV News at 11.
A Milton man has been arrested for home improvement fraud. Police say Christopher Russell worked with Great Outdoors Sunrooms and Shade Solutions. Police say he signed contracts with 5 people, getting over $118,000, but never started or completed that contracted work. Russell has been charged with multiple felonies.
The school choice application period in Delaware is open through November 4th. Through January 8th, parents must create an account to apply with the option to request up to 3 schools, and kindergarten students must be pre-registered with their home school before applications can be processed. Decisions on grades K through 12 will be made starting February 24th, 2025.
If you've driven on Route 1 and noticed tents where the old Troop 7 building was and wondered, what's that? We have your answer. Those tents have been put up by Code Purple to house the homeless for the next 45 days. Code Purple says the tent village aims to have structure and rules, and he says most people in the tents were already living in the woods next door.
And remember, we started this because of a sanitation issue. So we knew them living in the woods without trash facilities and without toilet facilities. It was becoming a health problem, right? That's when we contacted the state and said, look, we need to address this issue.
The village will be open until November 30th, where those living there will then move to a shelter for the winter.
If you live in Lewes and your water is discolored, don't be too concerned. According to the Lewes Board of Public Works, ongoing construction on Kings Highway might cause discolored water and low pressure in the next coming days. This temporary situation is a result of maintenance activities.
Piping plovers, they're a threatened beach nesting bird. Well, they had a dip in adult population in Delaware, but it's not all bad news. According to DenRec, 24 pairs of birds produced, on average, mathematically, stay with me here, 1.71 fledglings per pair. Again, that's the average. That's not a literal fledgling. Well, but here's the good news. That number surpasses the recovery goal set by wildlife officials.
If you've been waiting and wondering, hey, where's my bus? In Ocean City, you're not alone. The OC Town Council is looking at new ways to hire more part-time bus drivers for next summer. CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us how the driver shortage impacted locals and visitors, and what's next.
Where's the bus? That's what local Tiffany DeLuca has been wondering for months.
I noticed the longer waits now. I sit off and on. It could be anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes.
The Ocean City Transportation Committee will soon begin the process of recruiting future part-time bus drivers for the summer of 2025. But that's not before reporting to the Ocean City Council how short-staffed they were this season. According to town manager Terry McGeehan, Ocean City had fewer part-time bus drivers this year compared to last year. And he says this has been an ongoing problem since the COVID pandemic.
We are obviously, in competition with our neighbors and others, and, driving the bus in Ocean City can be a little challenging.
To fix the issue, McGeehan says the town is considering increasing pay, stepping up recruitment efforts, and offering bonuses during major events, like they did for the Oceans Calling Festival this year. Another way the town planned on fixing the issue was increasing the town's fleet of articulated buses.
Those are the really big buses, so that way we can carry more people with fewer drivers.
The bus is the only form of transportation that DeLuca and others have in town, and she hopes for more staff soon.
I wish they would, just to make sure that, everybody gets to where they need to go.
The town of Ocean City hopes that by adding these incentives for part-time bus drivers, that there'll be more come next summer. I'm Kevin Zappe in Ocean City, CoastTV News.
If you're driving through the Circle in Georgetown, you might notice the cupola is back on top of the Sussex County Courthouse. It had been down since May for refurbishment, including replacing wood rot and repainting. Now, as you see, it's back up, and that is for the foreseeable future. And we are just getting started this evening.
Plans for a new ferry vessel, the millions of dollars set to modernize the fleet.
And desperately dry conditions continue in Delmarva. The details are coming right up.
But first, new comments on campaign funding in the bitter fight for District 36 in the Milford area. We have that story when we're back in just 60 seconds.
Why wait? Black Friday starts now at Furnitureland. Shop trend without the spend. Sofas, $388. 3-piece sectionals, $999. 5-piece dining sets, $488. Furnitureland. In style, in stock, in your home today.
In Maryland, we live closer to the halls of the Senate than anywhere in America. But often, it feels they're on another planet. Because when it comes to what's impacting your life, Washington's nowhere to be found. We can take on corporate price gouging, causing prices to skyrocket, expand access to affordable prescription drugs, keep our neighborhoods safe, and protect your hard-earned retirement. I'm Angela Also-Brooks, and I'll be a senator focused on you. That's why I approve this message.
Why wait? Black Friday starts now at Furnitureland. Save up to 30% off or get 60 months interest-free financing. Plus, Black Friday exclusive offers. Recliners $299. Furnitureland. In style, in stock, in your home today.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
In political news, the race to represent District 36 is one to watch here in Delaware.
It's Brian Shoup, the Republican candidate that has held the seat since 2018. Democratic challenger Ronnie Baltazar Lopez looking to change the status quo.
Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson shows us why this race specifically is one to watch.
Brian Shoup, Ronnie Baltazar Lopez, both fighting for your vote to represent District 36. Baltazar Lopez is 29 years old and the youngest and first Latino member ever to be elected to the Milford School District Board.
I've focused my life on public service and serving others in the community. Being born and raised in Milford, Delaware, and my experiences growing up as a son of immigrants has really shaped who I am.
Brian Shoup has been in this seat since 2018, but he barely squeaked through his primary challenge, topping Patrick Smith by just 12 votes. He's hoping for a stronger showing in the general election, touting experience and achievements throughout his time in office.
I've created over 30 permanent jobs in one business and 10 jobs in another business, and looking for workforce development. We've increased healthcare access for people of all communities, especially vulnerable communities.
In the grand political tradition of mudslinging, this race has gotten messy. Representative Shoup has claimed his opponent, Ronnie Baltazar Lopez, is funded by developers who, quote, exploit residents.
The importance of that is these developers have a history of abusing and threatening our neighbors here at home. So for my opponent to take money from them, they've maxed out to him, and for them to give him advice should be a warning to people.
My response to Representative Shoup is that he needs to have a conversation with the Fannons and the developers that he's accusing. I've had those conversations and I've made it clear to them that my vote, if I am to be elected, is not to be bought. I invite people to look at my campaign finance reports, which are all public.
Both of these candidates only have a little bit of time left to reach voters. Whether their messaging has been effective or not, we will all learn that together on Election Day. For Coast TV News, I'm Brandon Ferguson.
Well, we're expecting the greens to run pretty fast because it's been dry everywhere, including the golf course. But aside from that, still a nice warm-up. We'll go all the way to 80 before the 18 rounds are done.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
For professionalism, craftsmanship, and quality products at the best price, choose Window World.
If you need a new roof or windows or siding, just give them a call. I was very pleased and would recommend them to everyone.
Call Window World today.
As a math teacher, Matt Meyer knows that Delaware's tax system isn't adding up. So he has a plan to fix it. Give middle-class families a tax cut, invest in schools, and lower costs. But Mike Ramone's plan gives tax breaks to the ultra-rich, which could cut education by nearly $175 million. Matt Meyer knows these numbers don't add up. He'll make state taxes fair so families can get ahead. Vote Matt Meyer for governor.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD. With the pulling power to prove it. Tow hitches of the world, prepare for glory. Get 3.9% APR on 2024 Sierra heavy-duty models. We are professional grade GMC.
Make sure your neighborhood feels like home with landscaping and property services by Herker Property Maintenance. We combine science and art to create and maintain the landscape masterpiece you've always dreamed of. We can handle the largest developments and commercial properties all over and provide a consistent data evaluation to keep your property perfectly maintained. Clean, innovative, fast, reliable, from landscaping to pavement services and everything in between. Take an innovative approach with Herker Property Maintenance.
We know Angela Alsobrooks got caught taking illegal tax breaks, owing $59,000 in back taxes.
And she's now getting a deal. No penalties and a 25% reduction in interest.
Now the New York Times reports Alsobrooks lied on official mortgage documents, and Alsobrooks was sued twice for not paying her bills. Thousands in water, sewer, and other expenses. What scandal will they report next? Merlin's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Customer satisfaction is our top priority.
Window World does an excellent job. I recommend them to all of my clients.
Window World was different because they actually responded to my phone calls and listened to what I was asking for.
Call Window World today.
Get ready, Delmarva. Excitement and incredible savings have arrived at Gateway Subaru. Save up to $3,200 on a new 2025 Subaru Outback with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. Or save up to $2,300 off a new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. And be among the first to drive the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Stop in and reserve yours today. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on CoastTV.
After a period of time, you start wondering, when will it ever rain again? I have some long-range maps that will get you questioning as to when we'll finally see a significant amount of precipitation finally arrive here in Delmarva. Our Hershey's exterior camera in Ocean City, it's still a beautiful skyline now, and will fall to the 50s under mostly clear skies. We're at 69 currently in Milton, 71 in Seaford, and in Delmar. Overall, the winds are coming out of the south, so we're expecting a bit of a warming trend that'll kick in for tomorrow. And another piece of information, we may actually tie or approach a record high tomorrow in the 80s. But live radar, we are totally clear. Brilliant, bold sunshine across the board. We have a trough that pushed across, but you know what? It's been so dry that even a trough pushing across really doesn't have enough oomph connected to it to give us a chance of a spot shower. We're in the midst of severe to at least moderate or severe drought throughout all of our viewing area, and abnormally dry conditions at the very least throughout all of Delmarva, and we are pining for an opportunity for some scattered showers. Then you take a look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, and it doesn't look good, folks. It looks like we're just going to stay below normal as far as that's concerned. Now, so the last time we actually had measurable precipitation was September 27th. We are 24 days of dry weather, and the record is 34. And to be honest, between you and me, I think we're going to hit that 34 easily, okay? Our forecast for tomorrow, I mean, we're going to stay true to form in the 80s by lunchtime, and then we'll slip into the 60s as the sun goes down, but we're not expecting any precipitation. I ran the models, all 4 of them. Everybody's at 0, zilch. I ran this particular future rain model, even all the way to Friday. Nothing. So as you take a look at the futurecast, for example, for Tuesday, we're looking for temperatures dancing in the 80s and falling back into the 70s. We're looking at nothing as far as precipitation is concerned. In fact, as I run this, we see this blip right here over Long Neck at 4 o'clock in the afternoon for Wednesday. I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't place any money on that if I was on the roulette table. I don't gamble, but if I were, I wouldn't place any money on that one either, because that erases pretty quick. This bone dry pattern from today, even Wednesday, we have a 15% chance of rain on that day, and that's being optimistic at best, okay? Even as we take a detailed look at the most southern portion of our viewing area, we'll look at a blip briefly in Berlin. Think about that, a blip briefly in Berlin. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Bottom line here is we're warm Tuesday, Wednesday. We get much cooler on Thursday. Maybe between Wednesday and Thursday because the temperature's going to be so crazy the opposite. But to be quite honest, I'm still banking on it staying dry.
Thank you. In Lewes, plans for a new hybrid vessel for the Cape May Lewes ferry, they are moving forward this week. Delaware officials are meeting Wednesday, specifically to talk construction, among other things. The hybrid ferry will replace a 40-year-old diesel vessel.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Tonight, the Baltimore Ravens are searching for their 5th straight win as they visit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both teams sit at 4-2 on the season. The Ravens have surged since starting the season 0-2. It's two Heisman Trophy quarterbacks facing off, Lamar Jackson winning in 2016 and Baker Mayfield the next season. So far in his career, Jackson is 2-0 versus Tampa Bay and 2-1 versus NFC teams. Kickoff is at 8:15 p.m. and we have a Bayside Championship doubleheader on the soccer pitch now on DSN. First, the Bennett boys facing Queen Anne's County at Snow Hill. The Clippers are 11-0-1 on the season. On the other side, the Lions enter at 8-2-2 on the year. Back on September 19th, Bennett defeated QAC 3-0, but anything can happen when it's conference championship time. Watch the end of this game now live on DSN. And at 6:30 in the Bayside Girls Soccer Finals, QAC looks to end Bennett's undefeated season. Watch highlights from both of these matchups on DSN's The Final Score at 10:30 p.m. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Soaring Over the Shore is sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
An important part for Ocean City and the drive to at the Isle of Wight Bay is just as important for nature as it is for tourism. Between Route 90 and Route 50 is this beautiful bay. Over half of the canals adjacent to the coastal bays are in the Isle of Wight, and 3 creeks lead into this body of water. It's a geographic unifier and also home to boaters, jet skiers, fishermen, anybody who wants to get on the water in Worcester County.
How you doing? I'm Frank. You be frank with me, I'll be frank with you. We got a 50-year warranty on this little beauty.
Little she knows she ain't gonna be around for 50 years.
Don't be fooled by roofing contractors offering extended warranties.
Contractors can't offer extended warranties unless they're manufacturer certified.
At Morse Roofing and Siding, we stand behind
and on every roof that we install.
Check out our reviews online.
There's good.
There's better.
And then there's more.
In there, Frank!
Over 14,000 people per day are affected by water damage in their home or business. Even a small leak from a water heater, washer, refrigerator line, or even HVAC drain can cause lasting damage. Response time is critical. Paul Davis has a team of certified experts on call 24/7 to stop the water, mitigate damage, and work directly with your insurance to quickly restore your home or business. If you see peeling paint, stains, mold, or smell a musty odor, call Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
Find your better night's sleep for less at Johnny Janasic. Shop now and get a $300 MasterCard reward card on select brand purchases. And we'll haul away your old mattress for free for a limited time only at Johnny Janasic's Mattress World.
At All Mobility, we keep you moving. Whether it's wheelchair accessible vans, scooters, home ramps, or lift chairs, we've got the perfect mobility solution for you. Our experts will help customize options to fit your needs and lifestyle so you can stay independent and active. Scooters, ramps, vans, and more. Get moving with All Mobility. Come see us today or schedule a home consultation. allmobilitystore.com.
We're bringing bright hope to Delaware by creating opportunity. As Secretary of Labor, I focused on preparing the workforce of tomorrow. And in Congress, I've worked to strengthen career and technical education. Jobs that might not require a 4-year college degree, but do require skills. With jobs like these. Together, we can build the workforce of today and tomorrow. I'm Lisa Blunt Rochester, and I approve this message because our opportunities should be limitless.
Find your better night's sleep for less at Johnny Janosic. Shop now and get a $300 MasterCard reward card on select brand purchases. And we'll haul away your old mattress for free for a limited time only at Johnny Janosic's Mattress World.
Celebrate the season with the 4 best days of fall at Sunfest. Experience the ultimate celebration of food, drinks, arts, crafts, and entertainment along the boards from October 24th to the 27th. Embrace fall by enjoying a seaside tractor ride, chilling around a beach bonfire, navigating a corn maze, or participating in a pet and bicycle event. Shop around over 200 arts and crafts vendors. Immerse yourself in music with an incredible lineup of free musical performances. Enjoy the free family fun all day. For more information, visit ococean.com/sunfest.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Gorgeous view of our Tyndall casual furniture, 70 degrees, and we'll drop back to 55 and clear skies for later tonight. Keep in mind, our umbrella giveaway winner, by the way, is Jamie Pyle of Lewes. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. We're looking pretty clear right now, and if you want to keep up with your forecast, call our weather line. It's just a phone call away, sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico. Now, our forecast, 47 clear skies for tonight, and then as we go into tomorrow, clear, warming up nicely, could match a record high, actually, and then we're going to go to 78 degrees for us by Wednesday, staying mild with a few late clouds developing finally. Here's a look at your extended forecast. One quick note, it's going to really be a dramatic turnaround from Wednesday going into Thursday, so keep that in mind as you're getting your wardrobe together.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.